I've got a soggy bottom, guys.
Hey everyone, I've been to Iceland again. Oh Steve, it's getting more boring than Lidl. This is a bit unusual. If anybody wants to know if they're in Malta and they want Iceland, it's over in Aura, just one shop. But it's the same company of Miracle Foods. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they do supply other companies, but you can get Miracle Foods, who's got lots of shops all around Malta. Or you can go to Iceland, who's got a big range of Iceland, in Aura, just a little bit out from Aura by the football field. I forget what it's called, but there's a big football field going out of Aura towards Budjib, but not that direction, I mean the other way around, going out towards Mosta. Anyway, less blah blah blah. This is exclusive to Iceland, and it's Greg's Steak Pies. Hey, put it this way, Steve, so we can read it as well. It's 40 minutes, I think. Let me just see. 180 preheated oven.
Steve, how many times have I got to tell you? Make sure you heat that oven up first.
Thank you, Anne. I never forget. She just keeps bloody nagging me. 30 to 40 minutes in a preheated oven. It's all ready to enjoy these delicious steak pies at the best. Oh, that's what we want. Take them from the wrapping. Obviously, that's cardboard, but leave them in the foil. Preheat the oven, which we've done. Place the pies on a baking tray, which I don't have. I'm going to use this. And that's it. And the rest is blah, 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 blah. There's nutrition ingredients. I'll put the ingredients because Iceland, you can find it online quite easily. It's ground beef, 29%. What's fortified wheat flour? Is that like port and sherry fortified? That'll do me. And there's a lot of blah, blah, blah. Water's in there and palm oil, and I'll put a list of it. Anyway, we're gonna get out the wrapping. What's in the box today, Steve? It's from Greg's, and it's exclusive. Oh, that's the foil they're talking about. Okay. I thought it was covered in foil. You didn't make that clear, Iceland. Surely you need a bit of wash on the top of it, or don't you need? Check the product is piping hot before you eat it, and burn your bloody mouth out. That's all. Blah, 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 blah. So they don't fit in there very good. Steve, I'll have to get something else, I think. Would that one fit in there? They're quite big, those. Oh, that's a bit. I'm going to put one on one, I think, and put them in the middle. Just, I don't think they'd hurt on the grill. Let's have a look. Just in case they leak out. Mind you, my oven needs washing anyway. I'll put them like that. 40 minutes. I don't have a tray. I've got one there, but it's got where all the stuff drips from, on the top of it. Anyway, guys, we're gonna try new Greg's 2 steak pies. It's succulent diced beef with a rich gravy, enriched with golden shortcrust pastry, and the topped with puff pastry. So, okay. So it's short crust underneath and puff pastry on the top. That's why it doesn't need any egg wash on it, because obviously puff pastry's got a lot of butter. Exclusive to Iceland from Greg's. Now what? I might be a bit controversial here, but I was in Oxford Street and I did a video. It didn't come out very good. It didn't come out very good because the traffic, and it was freezing cold. I was trying to hold the sausage roll because I'd bought it from not from Greg. Oh, it was a Greg's, but it was inside inside a shop, and I thought I'll give it a go. I tried to do a video, so I was trying to do it on this guy kept on bothering me, one of these down and outs, and I finally found a corner to do it, and I don't know whether because it was warmed up, whether because it wasn't from Greg's and it wasn't fresh, but I found it. In fact, I was tasting it about an hour later. This very, very fatty sort of taste. And here in Malta, I'm Englishman in Malta, if you didn't know. There's a link below to all my channels, travel, and obviously this one, and all the Instagrams and the Facebooks and the blah, blah, blah. But I tried it on that channel, and it didn't come out that great. I thought, is this what everybody's raving about? And if I say bad things, I'm going to get shot. Anyway, 40 minutes back soon. 2 steak pies from Greg's, which is new.
This is my island in the sun.
Hey, I'm back, guys. It's been almost 40 minutes. Let's just switch off. It's looking nice. I'm gonna leave the one in there. Look at that, I'll show you in a second. It's cooked really nice. I didn't realise when I saw it, the pastry. It's super hot. I didn't realise it was short crust underneath and puff on the top. So let's take it out this foil. That's ideal, isn't that? The underneath is a bit soft. Top is cooked. It's been like 37 minutes. So let's have a try. It's cooked perfect on the top. Meat pie. Only thing is, the under pastry seems a little bit soft. I've got a soggy bottom, guys. If I'd have cooked it anymore, the other one was starting to burn a little bit. Now it said, Steve, you gotta say bad things about it. No, I love Greg's. Succulent. So, if you translate succulent, soft, I suppose. So then, it's a bit of a mush inside. Could you translate that into succulent? I suppose you can. Can't fault the taste though. The taste is spot on. The top pastry looks good. Looks a very attractive pie. And I like the blend. I never thought of that. I've been seeing some pies, they just put the meat in and then they put puff pastry. But that's an interesting mixture. I've never did that before. Short crust underneath and puff on the top. I've got a great recipe for short crust. I suppose you could call it that. You never fail, and it's really easy. It's half the measurement of butter to flour. I use stork, not butter. But you take it out of the fridge. It's frozen, the stork. Cut it into cubes. As you put it into the flour, and a little bit of salt in the flour if you want to do that, but I've not been doing that lately. Mix it up. Just a spot, a midgin of water. Ready. And most important, which I found out, that's the most important thing, is put it for about an hour or two, or overnight it in the fridge. And that really makes it comes perfect. I haven't had a bad pie with that. I'll try and do it one day. But this is a good idea. I can't do puff pastry. I think it's just not worth messing with puff pastry. You may as well buy it. It's a bit mushy, the mince. It's got a good taste. I've got that soggy bottom, which isn't too bad actually. It gets mixed in with the meat, but it's nice to have that crunch on the top. This is very similar. to those Fray Bentos pies. I've got one, I'm going to try and do it. I forgot about it actually. You know when we used to have it in the old days? The Fray Bentos used to be super pie with chunks. Wipe your mouth, Steve. And then over the years, slowly, they started taking the meat out and just thickening up the sauce, because that's all it is really. The Fray Bentos one I'm talking about. Puff pastry with a thick sauce. Maybe if you're lucky you get a midging of meat in there. And this reminds me of that, because that's the same sort of texture and it's got an excellent taste. I can't fault them on the taste. And if you mix it with the pastry together, it's excellent. They know how to do taste. I've got a little story about taste actually, I'll tell you in a minute. No, I can't fault it, the taste. There's nothing, no firmness in there at all of the meat. It's just well overcooked. It's succulent, if that's what they call it. Very nice taste. They know how to do the taste. There is like a bit of that sort of, like a pulled pork thing. The sauce is very thick, so you don't get the worry of the sort of meat, because you can't tell there's not much meat in there because the sauce is very thick. It's Greg's 2 steak pies with a lovely taste and puff pastry and some crust short crust underneath with puff on the top. I used to know somebody that did these. She worked for a taste company or something. I never knew this was a thing in England. She goes round and they do these sort of, if they're doing a new brand of soup, like Knorr, they employ this company who goes out to test the people that would go out to like Bristol, and they've got a stand and they ask you like different soups. And they had a normal soup, a packet soup, which is a new brand. They were doing chicken something or other, and a homemade person soup. And they asked the people, could you tell us which one you enjoyed the best? And everybody went for this packet. They said because the taste, they tune it into exactly what the people want, that sort of texture and taste, and that. There was no chicken in that soup. And the other one, the homemade one, she used a roast chicken and blah 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 blah. But people went for that taste because they make it especially for what people really want, not a homemade thing. So if you're having Knorr soup, chicken soup, you say, oh, well, it's lovely, this chicken. There's no chicken, it's just flavouring. And maybe they say beef in here, so I suppose they have to stick to beef. Because there's, how much was it here somewhere? 29% beef in the pies. The rest mixture with barley and all sorts of things. But I've already put the ingredients up already. A quick snack with some baked beans, some chips, like a quick lunch. What would you put with it, guys? What would you put with this pie? You could make it really easy though. Did you want the messing around though? Buy the ready puff pastry, make the salt crust, make a mixture, and you could put some decent meat in there. I like it. So, the world's greatest Greggs. They're really popular Greggs, eh? I'm out of UK. Used to be in my day, used to be Firkin. Anybody remember Firkin pies? Meat and potato. From the Midlands anyway, I don't know how far they stretch, but I remember a meat and potato pie and put some soup on the top of it. Go out with my granddad and do that. Anyway, 2 steak pies. I've got a price below because I forgot to bring with the price, but I'll put the price and I'll put the translation into from euros into sterling. There it is, guys. Okay, it's maybe a 7 out of 10, but a quick snack. You could make it into a sort of mini meal with some peas and some chips, maybe some mash. Pie and mash? Yeah. Or some baked beans. Hey, I'm gonna try have a go at. Anybody know? Tell me in the comments. Of a Scottish. What's cooking today? She's a Scottish. She sounds cute. I used to buy like pork pie here from Miracle Foods, actually up the road here, and it was frozen, but it was okay. It wasn't like in Malta Mulberry, but it was okay. Something you say to yourself, oh, I'd love to. That's the only things you forget when you're in Malta. Some things you can't find, and they've stopped it now. So I thought I'm gonna have a go at making it myself. I looked online and there was a Scottish lady making it. The only thing I couldn't find is this gelatin to put in to make the sort of jelly. If you ever made it, tell me in the comments. Would pork mince be okay? I can't find sort of chunks, but I use some mince and maybe some stock, and I'll put this gelatin and make the paste. Pastry looks super easy. The only thing I couldn't find is some lard, but I think I'll have a go with stork. So maybe that'll be the next video. Look out for it. Englishman's pork pie. Oh, be careful. Malta Mulberry's heard that Englishman is making pork pies. They'll be like the stock price shooting down. Bye everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Greg's 2 steak pies. And it's a new exclusive to Iceland.